talks about life, seen Ellysa. Boom, take 3.
Yeah. And speaking of supportive family, did they move out with you specifically for your singing, or
my career?
You said acting originally, and then that turned
and
into
it developed.
singing.
Yeah, they did. And you know what? For all the people out there who think that my parents were placating me, or that we must be rich in order for them to do that, neither of those things are the case. I have worked my butt off my entire life to prove to them that this is not a phase, because that's really what they, when I was younger, I'd come in and I'd sing and they'd be like, okay, honey, yeah, okay. And I never gave up. I actually, for Interlochen, I spent 2 years fundraising in order to raise my tuition, because I got financial aid, but that still wasn't enough. My parents said, sorry, you can't go. And I mean, a normal 14-year-old's response isn't usually, okay, well, can I raise $25,000? And I didn't reach that goal, but I got more financial aid. My dad got a better job, and they were able to help me out with the rest of the money that I didn't raise. But I raised $8,000 in 8 weeks.
Wow.
And that was because I was nannying 4 days a week, 11 hours a day. And then on the weekends, I would go to different fairs and festivals around the state and busk for 9 to 10 hours. And I mean, getting sore throats, because obviously I wasn't trained in, singing back then.
Yeah.
Now I know how to prevent against sore throats from singing a lot. But I mean, I worked hard. And finally they said, okay, you want to do this. You know what? We supported your older brother and took him to all his travel soccer things, and spent lots of money doing that. If you were doing travel soccer or, math decathlon or anything, we would take that just as seriously. So you know what? We'll take this seriously. Yeah. And now my mom and my younger brother, who were out here with me, they're back actually in Wisconsin, because we don't move enough. Because that's where my dad's new job is.
Oh,
okay. So they're back there now, and
yeah, because I saw that you were in Wisconsin for a bit, and so you're out here on your own now.
Yes,
Wow,
I'm a full-blown adult.
Yeah, you're adulting.
I am adulting, seriously. Whenever I see those memes that are like, remember when you thought people in their 20s were adults, and now like we're just all running around bumping into things trying to find food? I'm like, that's my life.
Well, my favorite is I'm 30 years old, but I still feel like I'm 20 until I hang out with 20-year-olds. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm definitely 30. It's like
I am a grandma, though. I will say, like, most of my best friend is 30. Like, she's she's quite a bit older than me, and I like kids my age, like 19, 20, 18, around there. I just hung out with some of my older friends, like not older, but past friends recently, and I went home at 9 and they stayed out till like midnight, and I was like, I'm tired. Unless I'm the one playing a show or something, like, I'm tired. I want to go home and sit in bed and watch Netflix. I want to relax, because being in this, in this career path, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. You're working hard every day, and it's like, I don't have the energy to go out. I just don't.
So, what was the video or project that your younger brother did to raise money for you?
I love him so much. You have no idea. I still treat him like he's 5 and he's 14 now, like freshman in high school. And he's like, Ellysa, no. And I'm like, Kieran. His name's Kieran. Shout out Kieran. He's awesome. It was actually for my first music video, Content with a Memory, and I really wanted to make a music video, but it was going to cost $6,000, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to raise money or something, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that. And he was like, hold up, let me make a video. Let me make a video. I know how to do this. Yeah. And it was so cute. And actually, his face is a little red in the video because we had just come back from skiing, and he had the worst sunburn because he refused to put on sunscreen. And his face was swollen and blistered. It had died down by then, but it was pretty funny. But yeah, that was Content with a Memory, my first music video.
Did you reach the goal?
Yes, we actually went over the goal.
Wow.
Yes, which was amazing. It was amazing. I think people were kind of touched that it was, my little brother trying to help me out.
Yeah. Who are some people that you'd like to collaborate with? Or do you want to collaborate with people?
Oh, yes, of course. Collaboration is what the music industry should be. There's too much competition. There's actually an author that I really like, and his name's Austin Kleon, and he's got 3 different books out. One of them's called Steal Like an Artist, another Show Your Work, and then he just released his Steal Like an Artist journal. And one of his things in the Steal Like an Artist journal says, who do you think is your biggest competition? How can you make them collaborators? And I think that's really powerful, because we shouldn't be seeing each other as like, we need to, you know, I'm gonna have more album sales than you. We should be like, hey, let's see how we can collaborate. You know, then my fans will become your fans will become my fans, and imagine this, we can be friends.
Yeah.
But I would love to collaborate with Paul McCartney. I actually met him at the Grammys last year. I was lucky enough to go to the Grammys and sit in the front row, and it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
But I got to talk to him and hug him, and it was beautiful. And his wife like came up to me later and said, thank you for all the sweet things that you said to Paul. And I'm like, did Paul McCartney's wife just thank me for talking to Paul McCartney, like my lifelong idol? I think, you know, am I in the Twilight Zone?
Right.
But he is a legend. I mean, I was so jealous of Kanye and Rihanna for getting to collaborate with him, because he is a legendary songwriter, legendary musician, legendary singer. I mean, he shaped the music industry. There would not be pop music without Paul. And they actually, a lot of people don't know this, but the Beatles took what used to be A-B structure in songwriting. I'm gonna pull out my songwriting nerd right now.
Greek.
So
But
it had like an A section, B section, A section, B section, A section. So what we know is the chorus and all that stuff. They didn't have that. They just had A sections and B sections. A good example of this would be I Wanna Hold Your Hand. So, you know, the, so please say to me, that's the A section. You know, I wanna hold your hand, oh yeah. Yeah, tell you something. Now I have to get to the other part. I understand. Oh yeah, like, and when I tell you that I'm me
So I would think of that as the bridge.
So that's exactly, you'd think of it as a bridge, but it's the B section, okay? So that whole explanation, they actually created the, you know, along with a lot of other artists at the time, they're just the most credited because they're the most well-known, but Bob Dylan influenced them a whole lot. I mean, the Beach Boys, it's funny that we're always in competition with the Beach Boys. You'll hear a lot of the Beatles songs sound like Beach Boys songs, and then Beach Boys songs sound like some of the Beatles songs, which is really cool. But they made famous the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus structure. The song structure that we now know today.
Right.
That's the most widely accepted structure in music. And to collaborate with someone who invented the way we write songs, yes, please. And then I really love Jessie J. I think she's a phenomenal vocalist. And for example, her songs, Who You Are, and another song, Who's Laughing Now. I mean, like, whenever I hear them, I'm like, okay, I could have written that. Like, I think we have a lot of shared experiences when it comes to people telling us that we're not good enough. Right. And I think it would just be, at the very least, really, I've met her once and got to talk to her about all that, and that was amazing. But I'd love to collaborate with her on that and just be able to write a song about our shared experiences, because she's a phenomenal writer and vocalist.
Yeah. Well, make it happen, internet. What advice would you give to someone who wants to become a singer or even actor, just in this industry? In general.
Number one, it's difficult. It's not easier. This is what I did this thing called the Be Free Tour, where I go to schools and perform and talk to them about what it means to truly be free, right? Be free enough, and this goes along with it. It's about being free enough to try new things, to discover who you are, right? So this industry is not easier than being a lawyer or going to medical school. It's not.
Right.
Not if you want to make it work, but it's worth it. And also that a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to be a superstar in order to make it in this industry. We need so many people. We need A&R reps, okay? We need marketing reps at the label. We need directors. We need production assistants. There are so many behind the scenes jobs where you can be involved in the music industry or in the entertainment industry. And like I said, you don't have to be a star. If you don't have to reach that high. And if you want to reach that high, all dreams are equal. They really are. But whatever you choose to do, you have to go at it just like you're studying in college. You know, I say that I go to the college of life because I work hard, I study, but what I'm studying aren't textbooks.
Right.
You know, what I'm studying is how do people interact with each other? What music can I listen to that will make my music better? How can I write songs so that they not only make me feel good, but make others feel good? It's about reaching for a dream that you realistically think you can get, right? Because, you know, realism is good and everything, but realizing that a career in the entertainment industry is viable. It is. You can make money doing it. You know, you don't have to be Kanye West to get to where you want to be. And Kanye is an amazing businessman, but you don't have to try and emulate anyone else. You get to be your own person. And I know that was a long answer,
no,
but
that was great.
It covers a lot. There's a lot of different people. We all have our own paths.
Yeah.